So is anybody else here Catholic? Melissa, you're Catholic, right?
Oh God, no.
Your family?
No.
No?
My mom's a Mormon.
A Mormon.
Yeah.
So that's even like more
Yeah,
religious than Catholic
Yeah,
people.
Is it? I
It's
don't
on
know
the
which
same
one's worse.
Stream. Like it's still like
Isn't that the
Even
one where you
I
can
think
have,
they're
like,
even
multiple
more
wives?
like
That's a
No.
olden
No?
day kind
that's
of
a
thing.
yeah,
not
that's
anymore.
a Utah only kind
Which one? Sorry,
I thought
of
you got
multiple wives.
multiple wives.
Yeah, it used to be a
Mormons?
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I swear
Yeah,
sister wives. Isn't
yeah,
that the
they're
show?
Mormons.
That's so
Aren't
Sister
they?
Wives is
Latter-day Saints, or I have
Yeah.
no idea.
Latter-day Saints, but it's not a thing anymore.
and it's also polygamy.
Yeah.
Polygamy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Different from polyamory.
is your mom religious?
yeah, super religious.
So what's the difference with like, just kind of sum it up in just basic Christianity to Mormons? What's the big difference that stands out?
I don't know, like
Like you guys do baptism, right?
yeah, we have a Mormon's book.
Oh, so not the Bible.
And we have like prophets and like books by the prophets, and yeah, we have a Bible too. That
Didn't South Park do a thing on Mormons?
Yes,
Yeah,
and
there's
then
a whole
The creators of South
About-
Park
about
wrote
plate-
the Book
plates?
of Mormon,
The
which is
plates?
an award-winning musical.
and then you know
It's
what
a great
happened? They
musical.
actually
Yeah,
they made it the original ending for that episode, and Comedy Central turned around and said, "We can't do it. You have to change the ending." And then at the very end of the episode, when they aired it live on Comedy Central, I think it's Stan or Kyle, whatever, comes out and they're like, "We just want to let you know that we couldn't play the original like ending because Comedy Central," and they
Well,
go
that's-
off and explain
Yeah.
why they got capped and what, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, it was a whole.
So
thing.
is that story about the plates and all that? Is that a part of that?
the golden plates.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were taught that when you grew up.
Yeah.
And when did you kind of detach yourself from that belief system?
When my mom got kicked out of the church.
that's fair.
So they kick people out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, that's the shit I don't get.
Right?
And she's still a hardcore Mormon.
Can I ask why?
Yeah.
I'm just curious why. Was she
That's
badass?
really personal.
I mean, the whole world, like in our lives, right? Our whole world life knows.
You don't have to share that.
If you don't
Fran.
have to, if you don't want to,
gonna
I'm just curious.
I'm not
Yeah.
getting into details. I won't. But like something happened, and it was claimed there was a bunch of.
Essentially, what would get you kicked out of a church?
So listen,
that's
the
what I'm asking.
Catholic Church is against divorce.
Okay,
so suppose
this
if you
is what
got
I'm asking.
divorced,
What
but
would-
meanwhile they're okay with it.
What would kick you?
Yeah.
What would get you
Like-
kicked out of a Mormon church? Should be a better question.
Something like that. Divorce
so,
would.
like,
divorce
divor-
would. Divorce would.
that. You can get out of a
Having
church.
having a extramarital
Even like
affair,
flirting
having an
with
That
affair,
I could understand.
husband, and
Yeah.
even though it wasn't flirting or
accusations.
pushing an old lady down or
Well,
like yeah.
no, I mean pushing an old lady down is a bad thing to do.
That will get you kicked out of a church.
Yeah. So you know what? I'm sorry.
I don't know. It depends. What
I don't care what religion you follow. No one has the right to tell you whether you're a part of it or not.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just utter bullshit.
That's
Right?
where I was
Like,
like, that's
that's
where
an
I'm confused.
ego.
Like, what is there a degree of like this church will accept like up to divorce, but that church it's like
So listen, in Catholicism, for example, divorce is a sin.
You have to get
Okay,
an
yeah.
annulment in the eyes of God in order to be accepted back into the.
But
If you just get a
meanwhile,
divorce, then like no, that's not allowed.
But
if you
what's
get an
stopping you
annulment-
from getting a divorce and moving to a different city?
no, but it's not even that. But the church still looks. There's so many people that go to the church who are divorced, and
Yeah.
the priest knows. He doesn't give a shit.
No, they absolutely don't.
They know. They're okay with it.
Yeah.
Like, so it might be a no-no. Like another thing, for example, with all of these three main religions, is premarital sex is a sin.
Mhm.
But please tell me how many Christian homes that you know that enforce that, or preach that, or teach that. People know that now. You know the time that you will lose your virginity is your prom. That's
Pretty sure it's earlier than that.
But I'm saying that's the go-to, right? I mean, that's what a lot of people try to talk about, like, proms. Oh, that's going to be the night, right? So in the U.S., is what they made movies like that called cock blockers and whatever,
Yeah.
right? So it's
Yeah, I
no,
remember
it's
that.
no longer the thing about the religion says premarital sex is a sin. No, that one's okay. You can do it before. So this is where it's like either you have a set of rules that these are the rules. Okay, whether you follow them or you don't, that's your opinion. But to start bending the rules to suit mankind, that's what pisses me off.
Yeah.
And that to me is manipulation, right? They're now manipulating the religion to control people still. So they'll try to push this rule on you, but all of a sudden people are revolting. You know what? We're losing them. Let's change the rule a bit. They're going to stay interested. That's fucked up. right? And that's the main, and that's why a lot of the youth today don't want to follow it, because they can see right through all that bullshit.
Yeah.
And especially it's the people who are preaching it. They're the ones, because they have like this ego about them.
It's a charisma, or almost like it's something that
It's not charisma.
It's something that draws people to them, to kind of to that lifestyle. Though a priest or a pastor, like I've been to services before where I'm not even religious. But I'm getting involved. Like they can be. And like in tuning, there was one church, Elevation, I think they're called.
Mm-hmm.
I went there with my ex one time. I went one time, but I had a fucking blast. But the thing is, it's one of those corporation churches where, they've got the stage, they've got the performers. But dude, yeah, that's
Go
attractive.
to ballroom lessons. It's way better.
That's a very slow song.
I can actually like look back and find almost the exact date where I stopped going to mass because it got boring for me. And it was because we had a priest at my church, Father Jim, and I freaking loved him. He was funny. He interacted with you. He had like no qualms about bringing up like, and if you get a chance, please say an extra prayer so that the Leafs would win. Or like, just so anybody's interested, in case somebody happens to be baking, my door is always open for an apple pie. Like he was that kind of guy.
Cool.
So, and like he'd come down to the breakfast club and he'd actually like interact with you. And so like that's what made me want to go.
Yeah, that's what
I was like, you're a person.
That's what's lacking. He's humanizing everything.
He's humanizing things. And then when he like retired or moved on to a different church, I was like, oh, this guy sucks. He was like tone deaf and like
judgmental.
Right to and I was like, no, I'm done.
Yeah.
No thanks.
The worst thing I find that a lot of these places do is they try to inflict fear.
Yeah.
That's all they want to do. Is like you're gonna be damned. Your soul's gonna burn in hell.
Well, it's like they almost do like the good cop, bad cop, where they're like, "Oh, come, we want you to come in. We're loving people," but then they're like, "Wait, you like women? No, we don't like you." Or, "Oh,
that love comes.
They
with a
demonize
cost.
you with everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, this comes at a cost. Exactly. Where it's like, come on, it's like the Hansel and Gretel story. Come on in, let's have some candy, and then you're getting
the image that they create of God is so fearful when God is supposed to be all loving. So why not focus on letting us know how loving he is and forgiving than making me fear for my life for every little. And God, if you're a person who believes in God, has said that I've made human beings to falter. So it's a default.
Yeah.
We're going to fuck up.
You've made us defective for a
Yeah.
reason. So
Yeah.
like, cool.
But now that you've made me defective, listen, killing someone, grape, that's horrible. You should be punished.
Yeah.
But a small sin like you swear, or, you fucking ate too much, or you didn't go to the church this day, I'm going to burn in hell for that. Like, I thought you were all compassionate, all loving, all forgiving. So they focus so much more on emphasizing the fear part and opposed to the part about loving God, and that God is so loving, he will forgive you because he's the one who made you.
Random question.
Melissa
Okay,
only has random questions.
I'm here
That's what
for
I'm
it.
here for,
Yeah.
right?
I love
Go
it.
ahead.
Like whoever's watching this podcast is like, I wonder what random question Miles is gonna say next. Like, anyway, okay, killing is a sin. Whatever. Maybe I'll burn in hell.
Whatever.
I
Depends
mean,
on
What do you
the-
mean? Like,
I think we
it's not like jaywalking, whatever. Killing is
the bad
fucking
thing.
serious. Like,
Well, I don't know.
you're taking someone's life.
But like,
Wait,
there's
I'm
always,
not
there's always
done.
gray areas.
I have a point.
I thought you had a question, but go ahead.
Question, point, whatever.